Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Let's hear it. Thank you very much. Let's hear it from my warm-up act tonight, Donald Trump, America's favorite funny man. America's favorite funny man addressed the nation on all broadcast and cable news networks tonight, explaining why he shut down the government for his border wall, so that by the time this is broadcast, we're either in a brand new state of emergency or the same one we've been in since November of 2016. Wow. Was this the first? This is Trump's first presidential address from the Oval Office. That feels weird. One of the reasons I was so kind of queasy and shaken on election night is that I foresaw things like this coming. You know, it's like when your cousin's staying with you and he brings his dog. You immediately imagine it pooping on your rug. And then eventually it does. Now, normally primetime presidential addresses to the nation are for important stuff like Eisenhower explaining why he's sending troops in to desegregate the schools, Obama declaring the end of combat operations in Iraq, or Bill Clinton announcing, America, I got some action, I'm sorry. Trump's, so sorry.
William Jefferson.
Trump's address preempted our regularly scheduled CBS programming, FBI. Not the first time he's interfered with an FBI investigation. I think, right? I think Trump gave that speech because he misses being on primetime television. Next gonna be, hello, Shark Tank. I'm asking for $5.7 billion for my border wall, okay? So far, I have sold 0 units. Also, I am very afraid of sharks.
For that reason, I'm out.
Okay. Now, we taped the show at 5:30. So I don't know what my reaction to the speech will have been tonight. So I'm just going to cover all my bases. It's either, congratulations, Mr. President. Glad you interrupted our lives so you could read your tweets out loud. Or, my God, he just confessed to everything. Russia, obstruction, his dad shot Warren G. Harding. I can't believe he handed the presidency over to Michelle Obama and then got dragged into the back of a paddy wagon screaming, I'm the real Christmas queen. One of those probably won't happen. Yeah. Trump faces an uphill battle selling his version of the shutdown because polls say Trump is blamed for the shutdown by 51% versus only 32% who blame the Democrats. I wonder where they got that idea.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck. So I will take the mantle. I will be the one to shut it down. I'm not going to blame you for it. The last time you shut it down, it didn't work. I will take the mantle of shutting down.
Ooh, foiled again by Trump's arch nemesis, his mouth. Ooh. I'll get you next time, mouth. As I said, we don't know what Trump said in his speech tonight, but a lot of people were worried that he would declare a national emergency would allow him to construct a border wall without congressional approval. And that's right up Trump's alley. Remember, he got elected without the voters' approval. It's all because of something called the National Emergencies Act, which was signed into law by President Gerald Ford back in 1976. At the time, Ford needed the emergency powers to respond to an epidemic of disco fever. Now, here's the thing. So sad, so tragic. We lost a lot of good men. Now, here's the thing. The National Emergencies Act essentially allows Trump to pronounce a national emergency on a whim, clarifying what the founders laid out in the Constitution. Should there arise a national emergency, power shall be vested in the president to do whatevs. Unfortunately, the S is a little F, so I like that. Unfortunately, the act offers no definition of emergency. We're in what legal scholars call an Air Bud scenario. Yeah, there ain't nothing in the rule book that says a golden retriever can't declare martial law. Now,
he got hops, too.
One of the strangest powers the president gets during a national emergency allows him or her to suspend the law that bars government testing of biological and chemical agents on unwitting human subjects. And they clearly have already started on Stephen Miller. You monsters! He's a human being! Or he was. If this sounds hysterical and crazy, remember, in the past, we've relied on presidents to use self-discipline when it comes to emergency powers. And sure, Lincoln was able to restrain himself, but Lincoln was also able to close an umbrella. But Trump is going to have a hard time claiming that there's a national immigration emergency because under his presidency, illegal crossings have hit a 20-year low. As Republican political consultant Stuart Stevens put it, there are numerous examples of presidential addresses made to calm a frightened public. This will be the first to frighten a calm public. And that's nice. Look at that. That's so good. And to start stoking the fear, they even pulled Mike Pence away from his meal of tap water and hard-boiled toast to preview Trump's speech on every channel.
He'll talk about the 17,000 people with criminal records that we've apprehended at our border. Last year alone, 17,000 individuals with criminal histories were apprehended at our southern border. The apprehension in the last year of 17,000 individuals at our southern border with previous criminal histories.
17,000 people with criminal histories. Wow! That's almost as many as in the Trump campaign. And yeah, but no. You see, that 17,000 counts everyone who was stopped by Border Patrol at every possible U.S. point of entry and turned away for any reason. In fact, at all borders, everywhere, over 360,000 individuals were apprehended by Border Patrol, but of those, only 6,200 were found to have criminal convictions. And of that, 13%, or about 800 people, have records of violence or convictions for sexual or firearms offenses. That's a ratio of 1 to 450. By contrast, 1 in 12 adult American citizens has a felony conviction. 1 in 12. That means 33 people in this room are criminals. Joe? Explains the black hat. And that's not all. Of the people with criminal records that cross the border, almost half of them were convicted for illegally entering or re-entering the United States. Got it. So half the criminals trying to cross the border are only criminals for trying to cross the border. That's a real catch-22. In that they said they caught 17,000, but it was more like 22. But Mike Pence wasn't the only one making up a big, scary number. Here's Sarah Huckabee on the Fox News Sunday.
We know that nearly 4,000 known or suspected terrorists come into our country illegally. And we know that our most vulnerable point of entry is at our southern border.
I know this statistic. I didn't know if you were going to use it, but I studied up on this. Do you know where those 4,000 people come, or where they're captured? Airports.
Not always, but certainly a large number.
The State Department says there hasn't been any terrorists that they found coming across the southern border from Mexico.
It's by air, it's by land, and it's by sea. It's all of the above.
Yeah, all of the above. They're coming by air and land and sea and outer space. Hell, the Skrulls can disguise themselves as anything, even old ladies, but Captain Marvel's here to kick some ass. And look how young Sam Jackson is. What were we talking about? Right. National emergency. I've been watching the trailer all day. Anyway, so these terrorists are not coming through the southern border, and they also might not be terrorists. It turns out only 6 migrants, not Sanders' claim of 4,000, on the terror watch list were detained. Yes, 6. Roughly 1 boy band of terrorists. But remember, one of them is the bad boy. So, rock your body, back streets back. All right. With so many false statements, Coming out of the Trump administration, folks have not been expecting tonight's speech to contain a lot of truth. In fact, a European gambling site was taking bets about how many false statements will President Trump make during Tuesday night's televised address. The over-under is at 3.5. Take the over. Good evening. My fellow Americans. Of course, it might be just one constant lie, because this afternoon, Trump said that he is writing the speech himself. No, I believe him. I believe him because CBS has obtained an advanced copy of the speech. Mexicans bad, while good, lie. We got a great show for you tonight. Keegan-Michael Key is here. But when we return, let's have a beer. Stick around.